more judgments of what you want to do in life, and the possibilities are endless. Being able to see someone like Bonnie Tyler or going to see Taylor Swift, but it's just great to really be able to be in such a professional, in such a great environment that really opened my eyes, for me personally, opened my eyes to wanting to do music and wanting to kind of be in media in some sort of way.
Yeah,
but that's one thing,
man.
Tom, that I wanted to do, that I'm so blessed that my career allowed me to do. Growing up in such a rural area, and it's where I wanted my sons to be raised. It's where I was raised. But I did want them to know, you can expand your horizons from wherever you are. Everything I've done, I did from here. That whole Bonnie Tyler duet was arranged and connected. In fact, I sung my part here in my Vermont home. So I want, I think a lot of people feel somewhat entrapped by their surroundings, and nowadays you just don't have to be. And I'm so glad my sons know that. Kyle and Keenan both run a basketball camp, which is a huge thing for up here. That was something that a lot of people wouldn't have envisioned years ago, but they both took that and ran with it, and it's a huge success here in this area. And it's so good, it really motivates a lot of the young people around here, and I think in some ways changes the direction of their lives, and I know that may sound a little bit extreme, but for kids in a rural area here, I really believe that it can do that. And if you see these kids on the court and you see how Kyle and Keenan work with them, it's an amazing thing. And as you know, sports does have a way of expanding minds and expanding not only minds but bodies and vision. And so it's an amazing thing to see.
Yeah, the magic time, Keenan. Congratulations for doing that and bringing that out in the youth. Because, just a ball and a hoop, and a net, or like a baseball and a glove and all that, them simple things, but all the stories and camaraderie and just the challenges that come out of sports is what that's about. And challenging your fears. I was always a jock when I was a kid. Everything. I always played 24/7. But thinking back, that was what that was all part of. So thank you for doing that.
Well, I appreciate that, and Kyle appreciates that as well. Definitely, sports is definitely kind of a microcosm of how life is. So you definitely can take the team aspects, the singular aspects, the drive, the resiliency of sports, and you can apply that into your everyday life, because you're definitely going to have to deal with things that you don't like, things that you do like, and be able to really combat that with a very positive approach and try to move forward and really motivate other people and as well as yourself.
Even when you're benched, like we all are right now, in the game of life, So, there's even that lesson.
Yeah, speaking of bench, Keenan told MJ, and that'll be the great stories that your brother and you're going to have on your podcast, is he didn't make the basketball team, He didn't make it in high school, and he overcame all those things. And those are the stories you'll carry on to those kids.
Oh, yes, for sure. I mean, every superstar that you'll ever see in any walk of life definitely has their trials and their tribulations where they weren't good enough to do this, but it's their perseverance and resiliency that they have are able to propel them to the career in which they're partaking in and the life that they are able to live. So being able to see that in someone as great as Michael Jordan and showing that story really provides aspects or perspective for someone like myself or just a commoner to be like, okay, I can really do a lot more if I really put my mind to it and put my effort into what I want my craft to be.
Well, yeah, because the things they do is day by day. They start at one day, do the same, and if you do that, you'll end up somewhere different than you were a couple days ago. Should I say that logic?
Very true.
I'll tell you what. Let's get to Breathing, which is a great tune with all the cool things that you're doing for everybody. You're giving some breathing magic from Wayne's CD, All in Fun, and Black and White Rainbows. What do you got for me, Wayne, on those jams?
Well, Breathing, both of those songs are somewhat connected. They both came from a period of loss in my life. Lost a dear friend to the epidemic of drugs and alcohol, something that is another virus that's out there that's killing a lot of people that we must take a look at. And Black and White Rainbows was written after the loss of one of my dear friends. And so, I try to put an album, a song on every album that I call music that matters. And that was one of those. It was to raise awareness. And I want to thank the Keith Urban team for helping me out with that song. It was definitely a hard video to make. If no one has seen the video, it's hard to watch, but we wanted to make it real. And I'm so honored that it's being used in recovery centers and schools around prom time, in prisons. And so, it's something I'm very proud of. Breathing, I think that was obviously, I think becoming a dad certainly changed the way I steered the pen as a writer. And, I still to this day miss my sons when I'm away from them. And I know they hate to hear me say that, but, I miss them all the time when they're away. And I'm certainly that song was inspired by them. So I hope everyone out there likes these songs.
Yeah, they fit the mood. I mean, the breathing right now needs some how to do that and chill. So thanks. Wayne and Keenan will be right back to Waters.
What's going on?
When the sun meets the sky, when I open my eyes, another day to get through. When the moon finds its glow, when the rivers all flow under horizons gray or blue, you know that love is true and you realize that it's running from the corners of your eyes. With every broken heart that's beating, with every hurt that goes on bleeding, when I'm awake or when I'm dreaming, I miss you only when I'm breathing. Oh, when fire is away and when God hears us pray, I'll be wishing you were by my side. Till this body I wear no more labors for air. It surrenders all the tears that I've cried. You took the whole world's dark of the night, lit it up like the 4th of July. With every broken heart that's beating, with every hurt that goes on bleeding, when I'm awake or when I'm dreaming, I miss you only when I'm breathing. Heart that's beating, with every hurt that goes on bleeding, when I'm awake or when I'm dreaming, I miss you only when I'm breathing. When I'm awake or when I'm dreaming, I miss you only when I'm breathing. Mariah's a name standing for the lost souls in search of a high where no wings will go. The map of life led you down a traveled road. Now you've gone away and I cry alone. On the run, having fun, breaking some rules. You sang your own song in your cool out of tune. And I still smile at the things that you do. All my tomorrows were counting on you. But you chased those colors of double rainbows. And then another life's cover was closed. Why, Raya, where did you go? How did your highs ever take you so low? We've tried and we've cried without your hand to hold, and live under black and white rainbows. The sun is raining, everything's wrong. Though our hearts are crying, in them you live on. Good night, my darling, I'll see you, I know. The devil takes veins, but God owns your soul. I know the pain, it won't ever stop. The hurt is the gift, you're worth every teardrop. If life was a mountain, then you're on the top. I'll be down here with the memories I've got. But you chased those colors of double rainbows, and I feel your love in the wind when it blows. Why, Ryan, where did you go? How did your highs ever take you so low? We've tried and we've cried without your hand to hold, and live under black and white rainbows. You were right there when others fell down. You made 1,000 smiles from 1,000 frowns. The world keeps on turning and it don't seem right. Can't undo the tracks that took you that night. Why, Raya, where did you go? How did your highs ever take you so low? You've got your colors, now I'm here below. Underneath black and white rainbows.
Oh, thank you, everybody. Welcome back to the Who Magoo. I have Wayne and Keenan here, and what a great songs, Black and White Rainbows and Breathing.